Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of October, right through the end of November 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile will be your protagonist energy. The second pile will be any obstacles or struggles that you've been experiencing. And the third pile is the unified energy of how things are going to come together. Now, already my guides are giving me an image in the water, but they're telling me it relates to the candle that you have, that I have rather here right now. I mean, it could be the candle that you've got as well. Maybe that's a Freudian slip. But they're actually showing me a candle in the water. But they're telling me, my guides are telling me that there's like a light beam coming from the candle. Like a solid beam all the way up. Now, I can't see that. Okay, so... Okay, I'm going to have to look on the camera to see if perhaps there's a beam of light coming from it. I mean, what they're showing me in the water is a candle with a light beam coming from it, but my guides are telling me that that's what you can see on the camera right now. And, well, I can't see that, so I will check that out. Now, they are giving me that this is like your laser beam focus this month. You're going to be super focused, very organized and productive, but it also indicates ambition. Okay, I mean... yeah, I do feel the energy that you're going to be very ambitious this month. I definitely see that you're going to have a lot of energy. If you've been lacking in energy, drive, or motivation over the last couple of weeks, I definitely see that your motivation and ambition, it returns, that passion, that joie de vivre for what you do. So let's go and get all of your cards first. That's what they were just showing me. So I'm just going to move on from the energy as well. Well, they're also now giving me another image. And it looks like a magic wand. And then there's a beam of light coming out of that. Okay. So, I mean, the magic wand connects to the magician card, which of course is an Aries energy. So maybe it indicates that you are commanding something into your life, or you are manifesting something. You're taking action on something. It can also indicate that you're going to have the tools that are necessary to accomplish whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? I mean, this is so random, but some of you, I mean, you may even see like a magic wand over the next coming weeks. It may be a sign or a symbol that something that you've been working really hard towards is coming into the physical world. It's actually becoming a thing in your life. Looking at that King of Pentacles there, could be more money. So anyway, I'll get all your cards and see how else things are going to work out for you. I'm not really sure how else to decode that magic wand, but it's like spell work. I mean, some of you, I mean, I feel some of you, especially with that card, I could feel the energy. Some of you are watching your words, because words are spellings. They're castings out to the universe, kind of like insinuating what you want and what you're trying to manifest, because the universe works really well if you can see yourself living the life that you truly deserve and desire. See it like you got it now. And that's like an indication from yourself to the universe, a conversation as it were, that is what you're working towards. And the universe works hard to bring everything that you're working for towards you. Okay, so let's see what's going on there for you. Now I can see that things have been difficult for you though. I feel like some of you have been really drained of your energy, and wow, they're just giving me so many images for you, my beautiful Aries. I don't normally get this many images in a reading. They're showing me lots of leaves falling. Okay, so I mean, of course, we're in the fall right now, so it can mean that the opportunities are ripe for you in the next coming months. And it can also indicate that you're turning like a new chapter in your career in some way. I mean, you've got the Fool card there, which indicates some sort of new start, or you're launching something. But it can also indicate that, well, I'm being given an energy of lots of like paperwork, administration work, calls, emails, back and forth. It's almost like you've got lots on your plate. There's just this tumble of leaves, okay? And I feel like that you're going to move through it quite quickly. You're going to be very productive. I feel like you're going to hit your targets, and I feel like you're on the up. I mean, you accomplish your goals. You got the World card there at the end. Anyway, that's an image they're just showing me. Maybe you're looking out the window and you can see loads of leaves tumbling right now, and I'm connecting to your energy. I'm not sure how else to decode that, so I'm just going to move away from it. And let's get to your cards, okay? Now, we do have the Strength card there, the Courage card. So this is about being bold. You may be looking at your career in a bold, innovative, new way, where you're trying to approach your career in like a different way, or from a different viewpoint, or take a different path. I feel like it's in some way connected. Okay, I definitely see that some really awesome news coming in, but I feel like you've been struggling recently. I feel things have been difficult. And the Strength card really is also about how you work, making sure that you have healthy boundaries established in your career sector. So for example, if you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, sometimes you can forget about time because you've got so much on your plate that you're always working. And it may be that you're burning the candle at both ends, work, 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 and you're not allowing yourself time to breathe or time to sleep or rest in some way. And for those of you who are in a more structured working environment where there is a contract and you have certain hours, I definitely see that you're making sure that no one is taking advantage of your skills or trying to delegate all their work onto you whilst they sit there and coast and do nothing. The Strength card is an indication that actually you do have all the resources that you need at your disposal, at your fingertips, to be your best self in your career. I definitely see this energy of you arriving at a place where you're establishing yourself. I feel like reputation is going to be part of your next 6 weeks, where people are noticing your skill set, noticing how talented you are. And I do see that there is a promotion available for you. Okay, now I feel like you'll hear news about this before it actually occurs. So for example, you may hear news about a new position opening up, could be a promotion, raise, elevation, or new status in some way. I do see that there's more money attached to it as well. However, it won't just happen like in the next couple of weeks. It could be that the role starts next year, or the role starts at the end of the year. I feel somehow it doesn't start in the next 6 weeks. It's like you get a nod that it's going to occur. Now, for those beautiful Aries who come to this reading and you currently do not have a position and you're looking for work, okay, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I do feel a portion of my beautiful Aries out there currently searching for work. I definitely see that there is an opportunity for you, but there is a bit of a delay, okay? Some of you may be feeling a little bit frustrated, but I definitely see that there is like a role of status coming in, something that will pay more money than you expect, okay? And I definitely see that you use your voice in some way. I mean, of course, we all use our words to some degree in order to communicate our needs. Maybe it means you're going to negotiate a better deal, or it can indicate that in some way you are, perhaps you give presentations, or you teach, or maybe it's you are some way in the spotlight. Perhaps you're in the entertainment field. I feel like you're using your voice. I mean, it could be even an interview, okay? So my guides are actually pointing at the throat chakra. It's like you will be very eloquent. You will find the words that you need to elevate in your career and stand out from the crowd. So if some of you are going through like a presentation or an interview, I definitely see with the Five of Pentacles, there's a really important thing here, which is notice what you have that other people, other candidates, rivalry for the same role, see what you have that other people don't, okay? Because the Five of Pentacles can indicate sometimes we think that we don't have all the skills to step into a certain position, and we tend to accept less than we truly deserve and desire. And I feel there may be a little bit of nervousness if you've been out of work for a little while. I feel don't let your nerves get the best of you if you're going for an interview. I feel like you've got a lot of skills. You're very talented. We've got the Empress card there, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. The Empress is one of the most talented, ambitious, abundant, cards in the deck. So I feel that your strengths lie in the fact that you've got a lot of experience, you know what you do, and you're naturally good at what you do. So whatever it is, those of you who are currently out of work, I definitely see that you're going to hear some news in the month of November. However, this role may not really truly start until next month, the December time, okay, or even into next year. So I feel like there's like a slight delay. Anyway, let's move away from that. For the majority of the energy that I've got coming through, a lot of you are at like a pinnacle point in your career where you're getting a bird's eye view of the next steps that you want to take in your career. I feel like you are restructuring the way that you look at your career in some way, and I feel like you're about to do something bold. It could be to launch a new business. Some of you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, becoming your own boss. I mean, to see the King of Pentacles in this position, it indicates that right now you feel like you're not in the position that you feel like you should be in your career, but you're about to take a step up in some way, okay? I feel like whatever this news is, I feel it indicates that there is some change in your career where you step into a new role with new status and new money. I feel like there's new money coming in for you as well. But this is your protagonist energy. So the Five of Pentacles can indicate that you've been under a lot of pressure recently, that you found things difficult. You may have even struggled with a lack of resources. So for example, you've got all the skills that you need, but you may feel that the tools that you require to do your job efficiently isn't really there. So for example, if you work in a company that's very old school, they may not have the technical resources to do work at a faster level. You may find the internet is a little bit slower than usual, or old processing systems, and you're like, oh, it feels like it's weighing you down. And with the Eight of Wands there, I feel like you're someone who's a visionary. You like to move forward. So I definitely see that some of you are going to see some changes in your working environment, some restructures where new electrical equipment is being brought in that will help you with your day-to-day running of your business. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you may find yourself purchasing a new piece of equipment to help you with a smooth running of your day-to-day tasks. I feel like things get faster, things get more streamlined. So some of you may even be looking at things that you do in your current working environment that really slow you down or make you feel like drained of energy, things that you perhaps feel are not necessary. You know, if there's like an extra filing system where you have to save something down in one place, then in another place, and then print it out, or that seems like a lot just for one document, right? So some of you are like getting rid of old practices, because they're actually showing me a dinosaur right now. So it's like archaic practices in your working environment. I feel like you will see some changes, some upgrades, shall we say. Now, also with the Five of Pentacles, some of you may have been a little bit unwell. Okay, recently you may have got a seasonal cold. It may have taken you out of action for a little bit. I would definitely guard yourself against seasonal colds because it is the time period, okay? But this can indicate that some of you have been trying to work through, you know, the cold and business at the same time, and it's just making you feel a little bit low. You may take a little bit of a break there in order to recoup your energy, but you're going to be back in no time. I definitely see that things are going to get moving ahead quite quickly. Now, I just want to pull a card on that Five of Pentacles, because what I'm being shown when I touch that Five of Pentacles is a spanner. Okay, now spanner can tend to mean something needs fixing in your current circumstances in your working environment. Whether that's the pay grade, some of you may feel like you're not getting the money that you deserve in your current circumstances, and you may be thinking about moving on to another opportunity, or you're hoping to elevate in some way in the company, and you feel that that needs fixing because we've got a Five of Pentacles here. It indicates that you're not being paid enough, or you feel like you're not being paid for the effort that you're putting in. It's not reciprocal there. I feel like there's some discrepancy, and I feel like some of you may even launch like a second stream of income, or, you know, some sort of business idea that will bring in more wealth. Because remember, you're going from a Five of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles ultimately, and an Empress. So that's about attracting more finances. For some of you, you may feel that like the printer needs fixing, or management needs fixing, or, you know, there's some sort of thing that you feel is like not working in your current circumstances. Even though you're passionate, you've got drive, motivation, and you've got the energy to take yourself to the next level of your career, you may feel like something or somebody is holding you back in some way, okay? Now we got the Six of Swords here, which means you're being directed towards something greater, something better. It has been a testing time. Whenever you get a Six of Swords, the pressure has been on, things have been difficult, but you've learned to move through this. You've actually established more power by dealing with these situations, and you're becoming your best self, okay? Six of Swords indicates you've learned a lot, but now you're moving on and you're transitioning to something greater, something better. And of course, you're going into the Emperor mode, which is full success. It's about strategy, it's about planning, but it's also leadership skills. So I definitely see that you are going to be in a position of power. Anything you found difficult, I feel like you've learned to deal with that, be very flexible during those pressurized times. Even if there are some restructures or changes in your working environment that you don't agree with, I feel like you're being guided towards something better. Now, this could be a promotion, as I said, a raise, or it's definitely a position of status, okay? Some of you may stay where you're at and step into that role. And if you feel like there is a glass ceiling and you cannot possibly move anywhere because there's no positions available, I definitely see you taking yourself elsewhere, because the Six of Swords is to move out of a difficult time, out of a turbulent time. And some of you, I feel, looking at your bills, some of you may have taken a vacation and now you're a little bit light financially. You had a good time, but now you're back to being serious about earning more money and refilling what you've already just spent. And some of you are actually saving for a vacation, and you're being stricter with your budget so that you can, maybe purchase like a holiday of a lifetime or something like that. That's what's coming through there. Now, the Eight of Wands indicates fast transitions, fast moves. So suddenly some of you may decide to leave a position in order to either launch your own business, become your own boss, or to move into a new position. The Eight of Wands indicates transformation, and it also indicates that you're on the right track. Okay, so even if you're doing a little bit of soul searching in your career, wondering what your next move is, instinctively you're going to know what that is, okay? My guides just said that's a lot of magic wands. I mean, of course, wands, well, they were showing me a traditional magic wand, which was like black with a white tip at the end. Some of you, not all of you, some of you may even like do some sort of like magic on, as a side hustle or something like that. So I'm not going to discount that energy, that could be literally the magic wand that they're talking about. But my guide said that's a lot of magic wands. So I feel that this is about you moving towards your goal and being accomplished, because this is good news, okay? But it's also about reacting really quickly. So, for example, some of you may hear that the company that you work for perhaps is not doing so good. Okay, we are in a transition period collectively. I want you to be aware that we have Sun-Mars conjunction that's in the sign of Scorpio in the month of November, and that really is a big deal for many reasons. But in terms of finances, it changes everything. It will remain with us for 2.5 years, and let's put it this way, the Sun-Mars conjunction, it actually highlights collectively where we face the biggest challenges, changes, or battles. And when the Sun-Mars conjunction occurred in Virgo a couple of years ago, we faced health issues in the form of a pandemic. Virgo rules health. Then it moved into Libra, which is all about solving problems. So during the last couple of years, we actually saw some sort of solution being brought to the fore and finding balance to some degree. And now it's moving into Scorpio, and that rules money. So I feel there will be a highly pressurized time, lots of power struggles, not just in terms of like, world events, but in terms of like companies. You may see like major companies announce that they have been struggling financially. I know it's going to affect the main industries will be like asset management, private equities, banking sector, but we will see major transformations in money over the next 2.5 years. And you can already see these things with like electronic currency, all of that coming into play. But it's the time period. It's worth noting that we have an opposite to Uranus. And that is a very destructive energy, which means there's going to be big changes. Some may even shock people, but it will enlighten us, and it will expose all the major financial institutions or companies that have been having problems, that have been hidden for too long. It's a destructive force in order to rebuild in a stronger fashion. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to affect you in a major way personally. However, especially since you don't have a tower there, however, it does mean that intuitively you're aware of these things, and I feel like you're safeguarding yourself against these things. So I feel like knowledge is key, and I definitely see that you're learning about the way that the company is working. So some of you, not all of you, and I have to mention that I'm getting about 30% of my beautiful Aries out there, you may hear that your company either didn't make the targets that they wanted to for this particular year, or you may hear of some downsizing that goes on within the company. You may even think about getting out first. So some of you may actually decide to leave a position and say, you know what, I'm off. I've got a better position available. And I do see you upgrading your position, your status there as well. And but intuitively, instinctively, you'll know this. Okay. And for the rest of you, 70% of you, I feel like you're staying where you're at, but you're being given a promotion, a raise, and a bonus. Believe it or not, I definitely get a sense here of bonus. Now, this is a card of establishments. That's why I'm talking about this. This is the Hierophant card. So this can be like traditional practices that are in play at the moment. And I feel like you're bucking a trend in some way, my beautiful Aries. You're like trailblazing in some way. So you may learn how to do something within your company sector, and you may put your own unique spin on it. You may change it in some way, and some of you may even take that information that you've got, that you've learned from a current circumstance, and then implement it to set up your own business. So I definitely get a sense of this entrepreneurship coming in as well. And some of you, you're so knowledgeable at what you do that you can actually create like a course online and put it up so that people can learn the skills that you've got, take the course, and at the same time you're helping people, but also you're being paid. So there's like passive income there too. This may be a thought that you've had, and I feel it's something that perhaps you may launch, or you're currently like doing a recce mission, learning things about it, and then you'll put it into practice. Some of you are a teacher, okay, or you're naturally really good at training people or teaching people, and I feel some of you may go into the education sector, or that you are like setting up on your own, educating people, maybe in terms of like motivating people, you know, life worker, helping people with their upskilling, things like that, okay? But this can also indicate like a bond, a contract between you and an establishment. And if it's in the resistance position, which it is right now, some of you are thinking about leaving a position in order to move on to something greater, something better, okay? Now, you can leave a position where you're at and move into a different position and stay within the same company. So I definitely see that there is some restructure going on, and I feel like your knowledge is the key to success, and I feel like you're in a really good position to elevate in your career. Now, also, when you get this card, this can be that there's some rules or regulations that come in, or new policies in your working environment that you're not really happy with, okay? I feel there's this energy here of feeling like rebellion, or thinking, you know what, that's just ridiculous. Why do we have to do this? That's just such an unfair practice. Or you may hear that like you're having to add another step to the way that you work, and it just wastes your time. So I definitely get a sense here that some of you may be a little bit disgruntled by some new practices or policies that come in. Now, even if you're an entrepreneur, it could be the way that you do your taxes. It could be the way that you, file certain things. I feel something is changing, and it makes you feel a little bit like annoyed because it's not the usual way of doing it, and it seems to create a little bit more time, okay? So whilst you're busy trying to make more time for you and to sort of reschedule the way that you work so you're more streamlined, I feel there's some sort of practice that comes in that makes you feel a little bit like, maybe that's what that spanner was about. Something throws a spanner in the works, okay? I feel like you get over this, whatever it is. I feel like you just have to be patient with it, and, you know, I feel like you'll ace it, whatever it is there as well. And I mean, the Hierophant represents hierarchy or establishments. So it could, as I said, be some sort of like tax thing that comes out, maybe a new practice or a new electronic system. You know, there's definitely some sort of change that goes on there that I feel at first, you know, you feel it's not going to work. Okay, I also get a sense here with these two cards, remember they're in the resistance position, but anything that's in the resistance position, after 6 weeks, it goes up into the upright, okay? So right now, you may feel like you're not being paid the amount of money that you should be paid for the work effort that you're putting in there. There's definitely some changes happening. Some of you may have been feeling a little bit stuck. that you've like hit a glass ceiling in your career in some way, and you're trying to find more inspiration. You're trying to, change or broaden your perspective, or in some way adapt to a new way of behaving or working, because this is a card to adapt to new practices. And when you've got the Hierophant there, it can be something that has been imposed upon you that you're like, oh, how annoying. Now, you may hear of someone in a position of senior management. You may hear of them leaving, and there's a bit of a reshuffle going on. Okay, even if you're an entrepreneur, you may hear of someone deciding to retire early in your industry, and that gives you an opportunity to corner the market or to in some way step into another role, because I feel this person, it's almost like they were a gatekeeper to nepotism, where they're keeping people in positions that they feel they should stay in, and then once they are removed, I feel there's a bit more of a fair system that comes in, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, the Knight of Swords also indicates that some of you, perhaps you've found it really hard to concentrate recently. You may have had some distractions going on. Now, these may be personal distractions, but I feel like you're going to be super focused in the next 6 weeks. Laser focus, my guys just said, just like earlier. The Knight of Swords indicates fast-paced energy, so recharge your batteries. The next 6 weeks are going to get really quick for you, and I feel there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. I feel like you're going to hear some sort of message that helps you adapt to a new practice, or it works out for your highest good, whatever this is. It's a really positive outcome, but there are some swift changes occurring within your working environment. Now, we do have that King of Pentacles there. In the resistance position, I'm really getting energy of someone who is very lazy, okay, in your working environment, someone who does not follow through on tasks, leaves stuff undone, or does really shoddy work. This may even be the person who's leaving, but I'm really getting a sense here that there's someone who's really jealous of the success that you're about to get. Because I feel like this person's not capable of going the distance like you are. They're not capable of going to the places you're about to go to. You're very gifted, you're very talented, and I feel like you're on the up. And this person, they want all that success, but they're just not willing to put the work and the effort in. So you may have this person. Let's see what they're going to do about that, because I feel if you've got any new ideas, do not share them with everybody, because there's someone here who may try to take credit for your ideas, okay? 8 of Cups. Yeah, this person's going to leave anyway. So it's the same person that I feel that's going to leave. It's almost like there's someone there who puts a fly in the ointment in the office. You're going to hear of their resignation, or they're going to leave, or maybe they're pushed. I'm not really sure. But, okay, it's almost like this is the news that makes everybody happy, right? So whoever this person is, they're going to leave, or they're, exited, shall we say. And we've got the Page of Swords there. Page of Swords is like something that you were thinking was going to happen is going to happen. You may also want to investigate why this person left, but ultimately 10 of Cups means everybody, it's a little bit more of a peaceful environment. I feel, there's better well-being and good fortune in this place. So there may be someone who's in a position of power who is abusing their power, but I feel this person, next 6 weeks, you're going to hear that they're leaving. Now, they may not leave until like the end of the year, very end of the year, but you will hear of it before it happens. Also, some of you, if you've been putting your resume out there because you haven't got the money that you desire, you're about to find a new opportunity that increases your finances big time, okay? And I feel that some of you may even be headhunted, and you'll be leaving for a new opportunity to work for a company where you're going to be so happy. And if you are an entrepreneur, this could be a new client who's actually keeping an eye on what you have to offer, and they're leaving their current service provider and they're looking for someone new, and they happen upon your services and they're coming your way, and I feel like they have a lot of money to spend. So I feel this person, it'll be a very lucrative contract or deal that you'll get with this person, okay? Now, moving on, the general overview of this is no matter what industry you work in, my beautiful Aries, some of you are really drained and you may have felt that you just don't have the resources to keep on top of your game, even though you are being on top of your game. The 8 of Wands tells me an increase in energy, drive, motivation, and that there is more money coming for you. And I feel like you're making some changes if you're dissatisfied. And I feel like you're finding balance. But some of you may be thinking about second streams of income, or, blending your skill set in order to step up in some way. This is a card of connecting to your true purpose. Okay, so some of you are looking at what you do and really asking yourself, is this something I really like doing still? You're re-examining your priorities. I feel like you've been very patiently moving up the ladder and you've been working really hard. And if you feel you're given no opportunities, I feel now's the time where you're getting a little bit antsy and you're thinking about the next steps. And this energy is showing up for pretty much every sign. I gotta be honest. Some of you are going to get a bonus, and some of you have been waiting for that bonus, and you're waiting to quietly quit after you get that bonus. So yeah, I definitely see that happening there. You may have a new position to go to, and some of you, not all of you, I feel about a 3% energy that's coming through. Some of you are winding down because you're about to retire, and you may have been a bit worried about finances. You may feel it's time to retire, but at the same time you're worried about how things are going to go. I definitely see some of you are going to be very skillful at being creative in your retirement, and what you do attracts a lot of attention. So you may be able to sell that work. It may not be a job per se. It may be just something that you do for you that you enjoy. However, you're going to be able to sell it should you want to. So I definitely see that there's going to be another stream of income coming in for pretty much every Aries, but it'll come in different forms. Now we've got the World card. You're going to be very goal oriented, and the fact that you've got the World card, it tells me you're going to reach your goal. Some of you are thinking about traveling, especially since you've got the Eight of Wands and the World there. Some of you are hoping to be a little bit more nomadic in your career, and I feel like you will structure your working environment to be able to do that. But some of you are actually just saving for a big old vacation, or you're thinking about emigrating and working overseas in some way. And I definitely see it'll be a wonderful, fresh new start, and you can't wait for that to occur. But I feel make sure you get all the advice that is necessary legally to put yourself in a position to work in that country, okay? Because you wouldn't want it to come back and bite you on the you-know-what. Now, the World card is all about abundance, being in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity. So if you are looking for new working opportunities or promotions, raises, bonuses, I feel like the time is now. This is a great time for you to step into your power, and the World card sees you getting the opportunity you deserve and making smart choices where you create more prosperity in your world as well. Now, we do have the Fool card and we have the Two of Wands. Some of you are waiting for the right time to either launch something or step into a new idea or into a new role. Even if you're staying in the same company, the new role becomes available. There is a wait, as I said, before you start taking action on this. And if you are an entrepreneur, some of you could be branching out in your career in some way. You may have international links. Perhaps your services go viral, or in some way you're seen for whatever it is that you do, and you've got an increase in trade, shall we say. But with the Two of Wands, this is like mapping your progress, seeing how far you are along and when to take a bold move in your career or take a leap of faith. I mean, this is an Aries card, so I feel intuitively you're going to take the necessary steps and develop your career in a really exciting way. There's definitely a new pathway opening up for you as well. Now, the Two of Wands is a card of ambition, but also restlessness. So some of you, you're raring to go on something, you're yearning to make it happen now. However, you may need to slow down the pace. Things are going to get really quick for you, right? But if you're trying to work really fast amongst a set of guidelines, it can make you feel frazzled and out of balance. So the trick is really to work with the energy and to slow things down sometimes in order to maintain that balance when everything is swirling around you. So just watch out for that. That is coming there for you. I feel with the Two of Wands that you're on the right track and that the perfect situation is actually aligning for you at this time. The universe is aligning to bring you what you need, okay? So I feel that your dreams have power and they're going to manifest. The fact that you've got a lot of wands here, it tells me that you are in a very creative, dominant energy where your go-getting spirit is going to accomplish whatever it is that's in your mindset right now. Nothing is going to stop you. And the end card is the Empress. Male or female, not a gender-specific reading. This is about abundance. It's about enjoying the spoils of your labor. It's also about creating healthy working practices, putting your own needs first, and manifesting your creations to life. This is a very creative time for you. It's about tapping into your skill set and living a pleasurable life of luxury because you worked really hard for it. So I definitely see that you are going to step into more prosperity, but also I feel that, this card, when you apply it to a career reading, it's indicative of a promotion, a raise, or a bonus, or some sort of new income. You're investing in your own skills and you're worth it. So if you're looking right now at where you're at and you feel like you're not being paid fairly for the effort that you put in, some of you could talk to a boss in some sort of appraisal and say, look, you know what? Right now, the money's just not right and it's just not working for me. Inflation's happening, food prices, gas, everything's going up, but the wages are remaining the same. And I don't really want to have to ask. However, I'm looking at my skill set here and I recognize that actually I bring a lot to the company and I want to work with you. So if there is an opportunity to elevate or get some extra finances, that would be awesome. If not, I got to really take care of my family and, I really got to take care of my career path and I may have to look elsewhere. It's not a threat. I'm not giving it as a threat or like an ultimatum. I'm just kind of like telling you that this is life. This is the truth. So I feel an honest, open dialogue with somebody can also help your case get a new sort of promotion there as well. Because I see some of you are perhaps going through appraisal time. I'm actually going to pull some more cards before I go to the last deck for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Ace of Cups. Something is coming in that you're going to love. And the King of Cups. Whatever this like leadership position is, you're going to love it. Okay, you're going to be a very fair boss. Even if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you're going to love what you do. And I feel there's opportunities flowing towards you right now. And by following your heart, because I feel mainly that this is about following your heart, tapping into your creativity and actually leveling up. I feel like it's like you're going to the top, okay? Especially since you're starting with a 5 of Pentacles, you're going to a King of Pentacles energy, because remember, the King of Pentacles turns into the upright at the end of the month. Then you're going to Empress energy, and then like starting at an Ace of Cups, like an offer coming in. This could be a new job, raise, promotion, as I said earlier, and more status, King of Cups. You're going straight to the top. So you may go into a role where you start at a certain level, but you're going up. Okay, so I definitely see that there is elevation here and you're going to be moving towards your goals and your dreams, because cups, of course, are all about your goals, the things that you want to accomplish, the things that you've been dreaming to make become a reality. But also I feel like you have some level of support where you're at as well. I feel like there's one person who really gets you, really understands, and they want to elevate you. I feel like there's a person in a position of power who wants to help elevate you. And some of you may feel unappreciated or underestimated or even undervalued in your career right now, but that is all about to change, okay? Now, there is one rogue card in this deck. It is a different color from all the rest of the cards. It is meant to be there, okay? Not everybody gets this card. It's a very unique and special card, but I want you to be aware it is meant to be there, okay? So this deck actually is confirming the energy that I picked up on. We've got book, paperwork. With the Hierophant there, some of you may be taking a class, or you may have been longing to take a class to learn something new about your career, upskill, or get a certificate or qualification, but you may have felt like you don't have the money right now. I have to say that there's a lot of wonderful courses online that are for free. You can find out how to do anything on YouTube. Just tap it in, it's there, okay? So you could get like a head start if you're saving for a course to learn something new. I feel like that knowledge will also help you elevate, but naturally you're gifted. With the Empress there, it tells me that you have natural talents and gifts, and I feel like you can utilize those things. You don't have to have a certificate. Of course, if the career sector require a certificate, then of course you got to get one to almost like have a stamp, a seal of approval to say, yeah, I can do what I can do best, right? So you don't really need that level of proof that you're really good at what you do, because you're naturally good at what you do. But if it's required, then of course I see you moving towards getting it. Now it says here, paperwork, contracts, learning as you go, writing, taking a class, law, and education. Okay, now, spoken word, they were showing me the throat chakra earlier. So this can indicate that some of you may be writing something, whether it's a course for other people to learn, or whether it's a book of how to do what you do, or maybe it's you writing about your career journey. Some of you, especially if you're moving towards retirement, you may talk about your life story, or you may talk about the career sector that you were in order to leave a legacy for other people to learn from. And at the same time, you're bringing in passive income. We've also got heart. And that really came up right at the end, that you're following your heart. And it says here, emotional spending, joint finances, being supported, counselor, guide, having a job you love. And I feel that's the main energy you've got here. Having a job you love that pays the money that you require to live the life that you desire and see in your mind, okay? Now, looking at financially, your bank accounts and things like that, I do see that some of you, especially if you're freelance, you may be waiting for some payment that hasn't come in yet. This will come in. I see there's still a bit of a wait. You may need to chase this person or this circumstance, okay? I mean, I feel that they run out of time to pay you in the time frame, so some of you may... I don't see legal action here, but you may talk about legal action and then suddenly they pay up. But I feel you will get paid that. It's more towards the end of November, so that may annoy you a little bit, may be frustrating, but that's coming through there. And for the rest of you, I definitely see that there may be some sort of, that's interesting. Well, I'm seeing a small portion of you, even if you work for a company, there may be like a glitch in the financial system. Like maybe you get paid every Friday, and suddenly you don't get paid one Friday, and they're like, oops, there was a mistake in payroll, and they may pay you on Saturday or on the following Monday. Okay, so there may be some sort of glitch in payroll. That's just come through. Not really sure what that's about, but anyway, I'm just going to leave that there. That's not going to resonate with everyone, so don't freak out. You're going to get the money though, don't worry. I just see that there is like a glitch happening there. But ultimately, overall, I can see that you're increasing your finances, your status, and your position in your career, and whatever it is you're working towards, you're going to receive a lot of prosperity, but also you're going to achieve your goal. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? We have the ladybug. Good luck. That's really interesting because I felt there were some similarities in this reading with the Capricorn reading. So you may have placements in Capricorn, but there's a lot of earth in your chart, so maybe that's what's coming through there. But the ladybug, it's all about good luck, opportunity, and good fortune headed your way. And also, we have destiny. We have the dice, okay? So this is a rune that indicates like a mysterious occurrence, like suddenly there's an opportunity. Suddenly you're surprised that some good luck comes your way. It can indicate taking a risk as well. Now, I would say it's a calculated risk, especially since there's a Knight of Swords there. Investigate anything that you're going to change suddenly. Make sure you've got all the logistics in place before you take that leap of faith. But ultimately, I see that you're on the right path and you're making really good decisions here. And yeah, I'm being given an energy of unexpected results. Okay, so, and they're positive. So your outcome is very positive there. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates with you, my beautiful Aries. It was a very complex reading, so I hope someone out there can get something of value in this reading. And if it does resonate in some way, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when to update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.